Good morning, dear students. Today let us discuss about the third chapter, that is human reproduction. First of all, let me tell you the introductory points about this chapter. So let us understand few of the important characters of human reproduction. As we talk about human reproduction, let me tell you that human beings are sexually reproducing organisms. So that means to say that they have the process of mating, and they are non-seasonal breeders. That means to say that they do not breed in a particular season, but throughout the year they are having the ability to breed and produce the fertile offsprings. Here they don't have estrous cycle or heat period, which is in fact generally seen with respect to the non-primates. Furthermore, my dear friends, let me tell you that they have spontaneous ovulation. That means to say they have after attaining sexual maturity, that is we call puberty, the start of the menstrual cycle is called menarche. So and the end of the menstrual cycle is called menopause. So here spontaneous ovulation occurs continuously till an age of 45 to 50 years. The ovulation will occur. So that is also one of the important character of human reproduction. Furthermore, my dear friends, the females have in fact the reproductive cycles, which generally, as I said you, so those are referred to as menstrual cycle, and they generally after attaining sexual maturity, that is puberty, they continuously occur till the age of 45 to 50 years. Okay, so which occurs once in 28 days. And furthermore, fertilization is internal. Fertilization is, as we all know, that it is the process of fusion of male and female gametes. So which occurs inside the female body. So that is one important aspect you need to remember. So hence they are also viviparous organisms. They don't produce eggs and hatch. So in fact they directly give birth to young ones. Furthermore, let me tell you, my dear friends, that fetus is also in fact is nourished inside the uterus. So whatever the nutrition is required for the developing fetus inside the womb of the mother, so that is given by a tissue called placenta. So it supplies all the essential nutrients, oxygen and removal of toxins, carbon dioxide, and many functions are there, which we shall discuss in the coming sessions. Dear friends, let me also tell you that the young ones also have the ability to feed on to the mother's milk. So this we need to remember, my dear friends. And further, parental care is also seen very much with respect to the humans. So this is general characters of human reproduction. Next, dear students, let us discuss about the two important sex organs in the case of human males and human females. So that is the primary sex organs and the secondary sex organs. So with respect to the first, that is the primary sex organs, with respect to human beings, so let me tell you, they are testes, and with respect to females, the primary sex organs are the ovaries. So testes are called primary sex organs because they produce the male gametes or the male sex cells called the sperms, whereas the ovaries are referred as such because they produce the female gametes or the ova. So further, moving on to the secondary sex organs, let me tell you, dear friends, that these are not the actual organs which produce the sperms and the eggs or the ovum, but in fact they are essential for the sexual reproduction to happen. They help in fact the storage of hormones, as they have ducts and they also have secretions through glands. So they are responsible for transportation of the sperms towards the female reproductive tract and further transportation into the uterus as such. So they are referred to as the secondary sex organs. So in the case of males, my dear friends, we have Vata Efferentia, epididymis, Vata Efferentia, then we have ejaculatory ducts, seminal vesicles, urethra, prostate gland, Cowper's gland and penis. So all these are the male secondary sex organs, so which are present only in males, dear students. So further, in case of females, we have the fallopian tubes, then also we have uterus, vagina, and also certain external genitalia, which we are going to discuss in the further sessions. to go with Bartholin's glands and mammary glands. So this is about the primary sex organs and the secondary sex organs which we can find with respect to the human males and the human females. So next, dear friends, let us discuss about the male reproductive system, which is located in the pelvic region. So it is present in the lower part of the body. In fact, the male reproductive system here, friends, it consists of the testes, which are the primary sex organs responsible for the production of the sperms or the male gametes. Then we have the accessory ducts, which is responsible for the storage of hormones after their secretions from the glands. So then they also have external genitalia, which is important for transportation and as well as protection of the reproductive organs. Transportation of sperms takes place through the external genitalia. Then furthermore, my dear friends, here we have the primary sex organs, that is testis. When we in fact talk about the testis, they are located in the extra-abdominal position of our body. Why? Because see, these are testes. So the temperature which is needed for the development of sperms inside the testis should be less than 2 or 3 degrees Celsius. So that is the reason why they are extra-abdominal in position. And when you take into consideration the testes, they are in fact situated in the scrotum. These are the pouch-like structures which are important for the carrying of the testis. Furthermore, my dear friends, let me tell you, inside the testis, let me tell you first, it measures around 4 to 5 centimeter long, that is the length of the testis, and around 2 to 3 centimeter wide, that is the width of the testis. Further, if you consider each testis, it weighs about 12 grams. See, the testes are covered by 3 layers. We call the outer layer as tunica vaginalis, the middle layer as tunica albuginea, and the inner layer as tunica vasculosa. So when we consider the the parts of the testis, they are having 250 compartmental like structures. We refer that to as the testicular lobules. And further, my dear friends, as you can observe here, each testicular lobule has the structures called seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules may range from 1 to 3 in number in each testicular lobule. So further, the seminiferous tubules are lined by the germinal epithelium or cuboidal epithelium. That is, the outer layer of seminiferous tubules has germinal epithelium, which is responsible for the formation of 2 important cells. That is, we have the spermatogonial cells as well as the Sertoli cells. So spermatogonial cells can also be referred to as male germ cells. Sertoli cells are referred to as nurse cells because they provide the nutrition for the development of the sperms, developing sperm rather. So let me tell you, my dear friends, Enrico Sertoli was the scientist, Italian histologist rather, who discovered the Sertoli cells. Further, as we move on, dear friends, let me also tell you a few important aspects about the spermatogonial cells. The spermatogonial cells have the ability to undergo mitotic and meiotic divisions, and they are the cells from which the sperms or the male gametes or the male sex cells, which we refer it to as, will be formed. Then the Sertoli cells, as I said you, in fact will provide nutrition only when they are stimulated by the hormone called as follicle stimulating hormone. So when this hormone is secreted, in fact the nutrition will be provided by the Sertoli cells for the development of the sperms. And between the seminiferous tubules, there are number of seminiferous tubules, my dear friends. So inside the testis, so which is seminiferous tubules, as I said, you are located inside the testicular lobules. When you consider seminiferous tubules, there are spaces between them. In fact, So the spaces are referred to as interstitial spaces. So they consist of the interstitial cells or the leading cells. These cells which are present in between the spaces present in the seminiferous tubules are responsible for the production of male sex hormone, that is the testosterones, we call that as androgens. So these are few important points you need to remember with respect to the testis. Dear friends, next let us discuss about the male accessory ducts. So as I have already told you, my dear friends, these are the ducts which are in fact generally present in pairs. There are 4 important accessory ducts we have in the case of human male reproductive system. Those are the rete, testis, and then followed by Vata Efferentia, then we have epididymis, then we have vas deferens. Dear friends, firstly let me tell you about the rete testis. So rete testis, as I said you, they are very important accessory ducts which are microscopic in nature, my dear friends. Further, one point you need to remember here is that the seminiferous tubules in fact will join the Vata efferentia. See, seminiferous tubules are present inside the testicular lobules, so which produce the sperms. So these seminiferous tubules will join the Vata efferentia through the rete testis. Through the rete testis they join. So that you need to remember, my dear friends. Then further, let me tell you that this is also very important to note that they carry the sperms from, rather in simple means we can say, from the seminiferous tubules. So seminiferous tubules to the Vata efferentia, that can be said in simple sense. Further, my dear friends, we have next the Vata efferentia. So this Vata efferentia, in fact, after leaving the testis, it joins the structure called epididymis. Note that point. So this is also in fact accessory duct. Then we have the epididymis. So this epididymis is in fact the structure which is around 4 to 6 meters. It is 4 to around 6 meters, my dear friends. So that you need to take into consideration, and it is very much highly coiled. And further, let me tell you that they are very narrow and they start from the upper to lower ends of the testis. Start from the upper end and finish with the lower end. See, they start from this region of the testis and they end here. So we can say they are covering complete testis. So this is what we can say, the epididymis region. So they start from the upper end of the testis and even till the lower ends of testis they are present. So what is the function of epididymis? Epididymis is important for the in fact storage of motile sperms before ejaculation. When I am referring to motile sperms, the sperms which have a good movement, in fact which is necessary for the in fact fertilization to occur. In fact, when they are motile, they can have the ability to go and fertilize with the ovum and form the zygote. Otherwise it is very difficult, my dear friends. Then let me also tell you few important aspects about the Vata deferens. So as I said, your epididymis, after the epididymis, immediately the structure, the thickened muscular tube-like structure, which is around 30 to 35 centimeter in length, we refer that to as Vata deferens. So this in fact opens into the urethra. So immediately it opens into what? The urethra, that we need to consider. So then further, my dear friends, let me tell you that Vata deferens is important or they help in the conduction of sperms from the testis to the ejaculatory duct for outside. For the female reproductive tract, if they have to go from the Vata deferens to the ejaculatory duct, which is present much lower to the Vata deferens, and further they will in fact reach the female reproductive tract. So this is about the male accessory ducts, my dear friends. Further, let us also discuss about the accessory glands. So as I have already told you, they are the glands which are very important for the functioning of male reproductive system. So when I say that, dear friends, let me tell you that they have many secretions from different glands. That is, we have so many important glands here. That is, we'll start with the first one, that is the seminal vesicle. Then followed by the seminal vesicle, we have the prostate gland, and then we have the bulbourethral gland. Bulbourethral gland is also called as Cowper's gland. So these are the three important glands, so which comes under the accessory glands. Let me first tell you about the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is highly coiled and it measures about 5 centimeter in fact in length. So these seminal vesicle are attached to the vasa deferens. They are attached to vasa deferens. You need note this point. Just to the side of bladder we can find this. The seminal vesicle is responsible for the, in fact, secretion of fluid called seminal fluid. This is very much viscous and it consists of around 60% of the semen. So the whitish fluid called semen is secreted from the seminal, which is present in the seminal fluid. This consists of, that is, the seminal fluid, which is having around 60% of semen, consists of the proteins. They also consist of the enzymes. Sugar is also present, that is generally fructose. Mucus is also present, my dear friends, to go with vitamin C, flavins and prostaglandins. So this is about, I can tell you, the seminal vesicle, the first accessory gland we have. Next, let us discuss about the prostate gland. So prostate gland is just one in number, but seminal vesicle, note my point, dear friends, that there are two in number, but prostate gland is just a single gland and it is just present at the base of the urethra. So you have urethra here, so to the base of the urethra you can find the prostate gland. Further, my dear friends, they measure about 3 centimeter in their length. So note this point, and they secrete alkaline fluid called the plasma, so which is necessary for, in fact, neutralizing, to reduce the vaginal acidity during the, in fact, sexual activity or the copulation or sexual intercourse. Then they are also important. That means the plasma, that is the alkaline fluid which is secreted from the prostate gland, is also important for, enhancing the longevity of sperms. That means sperms, if they want to survive for many days, then we need the alkaline fluid, that is the plasma. So what are the constituents of plasma? Generally, the plasma consists again of around 25 to 30% of semen. So they have the spermatozoa in them, so which are in fact motile sperms. In fact, dear friends, let me tell you that 60% of the semen is from the seminal vesicle and around 25 to 30% of the semen is from the prostate gland. So this is about one more very important accessory gland. So next, let us discuss about the last accessory gland which we have here is the Cowper's gland. So let me tell you, my dear friends, that the Cowper's gland is also called as the bulbourethral gland. This gland is around 4 to 5 centimeter in fact its length and around 1 centimeter in its width. It is just present below the prostate gland. It's just present below the prostate gland. Note that point. And further, my dear friend, this also secretes mucus-like substance, which is also important for lubrication. What type of lubrication, dear friends? That is, during the sexual intercourse, for the frictionless movement of penis, in fact, we need important mucus-like substance which is secreted from the bulbourethral gland or the Cowper's gland. So this is all about, my dear friends, generally about the main important major accessory glands which we need to take into consideration when we talk about the male human reproductive system. Other than this, my dear friends, we also have other structures. That is, firstly, let me tell you, we have the urethra. So as I said, urethra is again it is single in number and around 20 centimeter in length. So that is the first point you need to remember. And let me tell you that this is important for carrying the semen, so outside the body through the penis. So this is the function of the urethra. So that is, it carries the semen from the body, the whitish fluid, the semen it carries outside the body through the penis. That is the function, major function of the urethra. So let me also tell you that urethra is the common passage for both the urine and semen to move outside the body. So semen will have, my dear friends, the motile sperms in them. So when they fuse, when they move into the female reproductive tract and when they fuse with the ovum, they in fact form the zygote. Remember that. So this is about the, in fact, the other important structure, we call that to as the urethra. Then we have one more last important structure, that is we refer it to as the penis. So these penis are the last part of male reproductive system, and they are made up of the main part called as the shaft, and the tip of the penis is called as the glans. Main part of the penis is called as shaft. So this is the actual main part of the penis. So then at the lowermost position we have the glans, so which is the another part of the last part of the, in fact, the penis. So then further, my dear friends, the penis at the tip have urethral meters. So this is the tip which has urethral meters. What is the function of urethral meters? So it is important for the passage of semen and as well as the urine outside the body. So inside the testis, internally we can find spongy tissues internally. That means inside the penis we can find the spongy tissues, or we can also say that as contractile skeletal muscles, which have the ability to expand as well as in fact contract. So which is necessary for the erection of penis for the insemination. That insemination means the deposition of the semen through the penis into the female reproductive tract. Then further, my dear friends, the penis is surrounded by a loose fold of skin. We call that to as the foreskin or prepuce also we can say. So these are the important points, my dear friends, you need to remember with respect to the male reproductive system. In the next class, let me discuss about the female reproductive system. So thank you very much. Keep following the classes for more updates. Thank you very much.